Okay, we're gonna have a quick kitchen table talk. It occurs to me a lot of people approach weight loss with the idea that there's something wrong with me that has to be fixed, instead of the idea that I'd like to improve on my body. I'd like to give my body the best possible chance to be healthy. I'd like to see what's possible to achieve with my body in this lifetime, which is more of a curiosity slash openness slash possibly self-love if you allow yourself to feel that way. That's a much better way to approach it. If you're approaching it from the point of view of I must fix myself at all costs, you're likely to make decisions that are not going to be sustainable in the long run. If you approach yourself with the idea of this is probably going to benefit me, and if it doesn't, I'm just going to drop it and try something else, you will find a way. So please pay attention to your inner voice that guides you along this journey, where you start. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about your weight loss decisions? Are they born out of excitement, compassion, love, wanting to do something better? Or are they born out of wanting to fix something that's not meeting the perfect standards that maybe you've imposed on yourself? So anyway, in that tone, if you look at some of the approaches that people take, I find a lot of my patients, when they start weight loss, they really want to start with quite a large caloric deficit. And I will argue that that is not self-loving. It only is self-loving if you have a very short-term goal in mind that you must meet, such as knee replacement surgery or something like that, where you absolutely have to get your weight down to a certain amount. Otherwise, say the surgeon says it's not a good idea for you to get your replacement. But outside of those very short-term, short-term for a purpose type of situations, I will argue that the best way to lose weight is to first start by observing your current habits. Just observe yourself. What am I eating in a typical day? Am I having 3 meals a day? Am I hungry? Am I gaining or losing weight? Am I overeating? The best way to do this is to track your calories on MyFitnessPal. And the reason for tracking is not to modify anything, is simply to notice. Just notice, where are my calories coming from? Is it from a specific meal? Is it from all 3 meals? Do I have snacks? Is it more on the weekends and less during the weekdays? Is it more on holiday and less during the days when I'm working? Is it more when I'm doing night shift? Is it more when I'm tired because I haven't had enough sleep? So once you've established that, and you've had a pattern that you can look at for a couple of weeks, then you can kind of notice, like, am I gaining weight on these calories or am I maintaining? And if you are maintaining, that means that that's your maintenance amount of calories. And then if you do want to lose weight, you're going to want to cut back some of those calories. And I would suggest that half of them should come from fats and half of them from protein. Half from fats, half from carbs. Leave your protein alone or increase it. If you can, to bring your protein to approximately 1.6 grams per kilo, that's really, really good. If you cannot, somewhere close to there is good. Try and don't go anywhere below 1.2 grams per kilo of body weight. So once you've set your proteins, then distribute the rest between fats and carbs, whichever way you like. I really like my carbs personally, so I will generally allocate a lot more to carbs, but that's a matter of preference. Some people really like their fats and they like to distribute most to fats. The reason I like my carbs is because I still engage in a fair bit of running and endurance sports. I do better with carbs when I do endurance sports. So anyway, if you do cut your calories too much, then what happens is your body will simply decrease its total daily energy expenditure, and you're just going to be lying on the couch like a statue, kind of like what I've been doing today, because today I went for a very long run and I came home and my body was like, okay, that's all the energy we're going to expand today. For the rest of the day, you will be in a vegetative state on the couch, which is exactly what happened. It was done for a purpose. The purpose is that I have to increase my aerobic endurance because I am going to be I'm training for a half marathon. So, in the spirit of that, I do allocate some days to excessive amounts of cardio, pretty much what I consider excessive for a normal person like me. And then with knowing that the price I'm going to pay is that I'm going to be sitting on the couch and not being very useful for the rest of the day. Okay, there's a lot of rambling going on here, so I'm just going to summarize what I'm trying to say. So if you're making this weight loss journey come from a place of self-love, then even if you don't necessarily lose weight, you'll still have gained a different perspective about yourself, a different way of thinking about yourself, and possibly some good habits along the way. And the reason I'm saying that is because somebody who thinks about their body from a place of respect, love, and care will also do the other activities that are necessary to achieve weight loss, because these are necessary activities, one of which is getting sufficient sleep. You need to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, or at least to give yourself the opportunity to sleep 7 to 8 hours. Whether you sleep or don't sleep, that's something that your body has to decide. But the opportunity, aka you being in bed and laying there and like expecting to sleep whenever it's time, has to be given. Okay, so your body needs that chance. The other good decisions you're going to be making for yourself is you're not going to be drinking excess alcohol, and you're going to probably look at your alcohol consumption in a different way from that point of view. You're probably going to look at vaping or smoking in a different way, because those are not self-loving activities. Like, let's not kid ourselves. You're also going to want to do enough exercise, whatever enough is for you. Whatever you are at, you're going to examine it and you're going to be like, hey, can I get a little bit more? Is more available to me at my current mobility and my current age and my current situation? And if so, what can I incorporate? And possibly you're going to want to do that with friends so that you get a little bit of a social interaction as well. So you can see how, from a place of self-love, you're going to be making not just one change to your food, but you're going to be making multiple changes to multiple areas of your life. And they're all going to come together in one big happy bubble in which you will live with your body. Okay, I'm exaggerating here, but you can see that these are all positive changes that are a direction. Overall, it's a direction, and you're only going to go in that direction once you start to think of yourself from the perspective of, how can I improve? Because I love my life, I love my body, I love living, and I want to improve this living condition that I'm in. Okay, rather than there's something wrong with me and I got to fix it at all costs, and it doesn't matter what I need to pay for this, I'm going to achieve thinness at all costs. See, that is a very, very different way of approaching it. Okay, I hope that made sense.